One of the most overlooked yet damaging habits in exercise, especially for older adults, is arching the lower back during glute bridges. This mistake may seem small in the moment, but over time it can lead to pain, discomfort, and even long-term issues that affect mobility. The glute bridge is designed to strengthen the glute muscles, the hamstrings, and the core, but when the hips are pushed too high and the back begins to arch, the wrong muscles take on the work. Instead of targeting the glutes, the movement shifts stress into the spine, leaving the back vulnerable to strain. For someone over 70, this risk is even greater because the spine may already be experiencing wear and tear from years of daily life, sitting, or previous injuries. That's why understanding the right form is so important if you want to stay healthy, mobile, and pain-free. When the glutes fail to activate properly during a bridge, the lower back compensates. Many older adults already suffer from weakened glutes due to long periods of sitting or inactivity, and this weakness makes it even more tempting for the body to recruit the back muscles instead. The problem is that the lower back was never meant to handle that kind of workload. Unlike the glutes, which are large, strong muscles built to power movement, the muscles of the lower spine are stabilizers. They are there to support posture, not to lift the body repeatedly in exercise. Overloading them creates stiffness, soreness, and sometimes sharp pain that can discourage people from continuing their fitness routine. The key to avoiding this mistake is awareness and control. Instead of thinking about how high the hips are lifting, focus on which muscles are driving the movement. The bridge should be felt primarily in the glutes, with a slight engagement in the hamstrings and core. A good way to check form is to place a hand on the stomach and the lower back before starting. If the lower back muscles feel tense or the stomach begins to push out, that's a sign the wrong muscles are taking over. The proper technique is to engage the core first, brace lightly as though preparing for a gentle push, and then squeeze the glutes as the hips rise. The back should remain neutral, not overly arched, and the movement should stop once the body forms a straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Seniors should approach this with patience. It is far better to do fewer repetitions correctly than to do many with poor form. Even a small range of motion can be effective if the glutes are firing and the lower back is protected. Over time, with consistency, strength will build naturally, and the range can increase safely. Using props such as a small pillow or yoga block between the knees can also help keep the hips aligned and the glutes engaged, preventing the back from stealing the work. Arching the back during bridges is not just about one exercise, it reflects how the body handles movement in general. When glutes are weak and the back takes over, everyday actions like standing up, climbing stairs, or bending forward can also put unnecessary stress on the spine. Correcting this imbalance through proper glute activation supports the entire body. It improves posture, protects the lower back in daily tasks, and creates stability that makes walking, balancing, and even resting more comfortable. For older adults who want to maintain independence and energy, protecting the back should be a top priority, and avoiding this common mistake is one of the simplest yet most powerful steps you can take. Rushing through glute bridges is one of the easiest ways to rob yourself of the benefits of the exercise while putting your body at risk of injury. Many people, especially older adults who may feel eager to finish a workout quickly, tend to bounce their hips up and down without paying attention to control. At first glance, this may not seem like a serious issue, but the truth is that speed sacrifices muscle engagement. Instead of strengthening the glutes and core, the momentum takes over and the muscles that should be doing the work remain underused. This not only weakens results but also places unnecessary strain on the lower back, hips, and joints. For seniors, this mistake can undo the very purpose of the exercise, which is to create stability, balance, and protection for the spine. When movements are rushed, the body defaults to its easiest pathways. This often means the hip flexors and lower back jump in to help, while the glutes, the primary target of the bridge, are left disengaged. The more this happens, the weaker the glutes become over time, and the more the body learns to rely on compensations. For someone over 70, weak glutes can have a ripple effect throughout the body, leading to poor posture, difficulty walking, and a greater risk of falls. Moving too quickly denies the muscles the time they need under tension to actually grow stronger. Controlled lifting and lowering is what teaches the body to fire the right muscles and build endurance that lasts. The glute bridge should be seen as a slow and mindful movement rather than a race. When you take your time to lift the hips gently and pause briefly at the top, the glutes have a chance to fully contract. Holding the position for even 2 or 3 seconds helps to reinforce this activation, ensuring that the right muscles are being trained. Lowering slowly is just as important. This eccentric phase, where the muscles lengthen under control, is what builds real strength and stability. If the hips simply drop quickly back to the floor, that entire strengthening phase is lost. By slowing down both the upward and downward parts of the bridge, the exercise becomes safer and far more effective. Another problem with rushing is that it disrupts breathing. Proper breathing during exercise is essential for oxygen flow, muscle performance, and core stability. When movements are hurried, breathing becomes shallow or irregular, and the core often disengages. This leaves the lower back vulnerable, exactly the opposite of what a glute bridge is meant to protect. When performed slowly, however, there is time to inhale as you prepare and exhale as you lift, reinforcing the core muscles that stabilize the spine. Seniors benefit most from exercises that emphasize quality over quantity. A handful of well-executed glute bridges, each performed slowly and deliberately, will always deliver more strength and stability than dozens of rushed repetitions. Patience is key, and it should be remembered that the goal of exercise at this stage in life is not speed, but longevity and function. Slowing down ensures joints are not overworked, the spine remains aligned, and muscles gain strength in a balanced and sustainable way. Taking control of the tempo in a glute bridge also builds awareness of the body. This mindfulness extends beyond the exercise itself. The same discipline that comes from slowing down and engaging the right muscles carries over to everyday activities like standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, or reaching for objects. By learning to move with intention rather than rushing, seniors can make their daily lives safer, smoother, and more comfortable. A rushed glute bridge is not just a wasted repetition, it is a missed opportunity to train the body for real-world strength and resilience. Nutrition plays one of the most critical roles in staying strong, youthful, and energized after 70, and one of the simplest ways to protect the body is by fueling it with lean proteins, fresh vegetables, healthy fats, and proper hydration. Many older adults underestimate just how much their food choices affect their energy, muscle strength, bone health, and even mood. While exercise keeps the body active, nutrition provides the building blocks that make movement possible. Every muscle contraction, every repaired tissue, every ounce of energy comes from the food and drink consumed daily, which is why thoughtful nutrition is just as important as exercise, if not more. Protein is particularly essential for seniors because muscle naturally decreases with age. Without enough protein, the body struggles to maintain strength, which can make daily tasks harder and increase the risk of falls or injuries. Choosing lean sources such as chicken, fish, eggs, beans, or lentils ensures the muscles have the fuel they need without adding unnecessary, saturated fats that can strain the heart. Even small increases in protein intake, when paired with light resistance exercises like the glute bridge, can make a noticeable difference in strength, stability, and energy levels. Protein also aids in recovery, meaning the body feels less sore and more capable of staying active day after day. Vegetables provide another layer of protection. Brightly colored produce like spinach, kale, carrots, bell peppers, and broccoli are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that fight inflammation and support the immune system. Inflammation is one of the hidden causes of stiffness, joint pain, and fatigue in older adults. By filling half the plate with vegetables at each meal, the body receives powerful nutrients that help keep joints flexible, bones strong, and the mind sharp. Vegetables also provide fiber, which supports digestion and keeps the gut healthy, a factor that becomes increasingly important as the digestive system slows with age. Healthy fats are equally vital. For decades, many people avoided fats entirely, but science has shown that certain fats are essential for brain health, joint lubrication, and energy, Sources like avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish such as salmon or sardines supply omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and support cognitive function. These fats not only help the body feel more youthful, but also protect against diseases such as heart disease and dementia, which become higher risks with age. Including small amounts of these healthy fats daily can make a noticeable difference in energy, memory, and overall wellness. Hydration, although often overlooked, is a cornerstone of senior health. Even mild dehydration can cause fatigue, dizziness, confusion, and joint stiffness, all of which increase the risk of falls and injuries. Older adults may not feel thirst as strongly as they once did, making it easy to go hours without water. Building the habit of sipping water throughout the day, or adding herbal teas and water, rich foods like cucumbers and melons, ensures the body stays hydrated and energized. Proper hydration also supports kidney function, digestion, and skin health, all of which are crucial for maintaining vitality after 70. Nutrition is not about restriction or perfection, but about giving the body what it needs to thrive. Replacing processed snacks and sugary treats with nutrient-dense meals helps stabilize blood sugar, maintain steady energy, and reduce mood swings. Pairing proteins, vegetables, and healthy fats in balanced meals provides long-lasting energy, while hydration keeps the body functioning smoothly. These simple, consistent choices build a foundation for strength, mobility, and independence. With the right nutrition, every movement becomes easier, recovery is quicker, and the body feels younger than its years. Daily habits create the foundation of long-term health, and for seniors who want to stay strong, independent, and full of energy, routines like walking, stretching, balance drills, and quality sleep are some of the most powerful tools available. These simple practices may not sound dramatic, but they quietly protect the body in ways that keep aging from taking control. They strengthen muscles, safeguard joints, calm the mind, and restore energy. Unlike intense workouts or complicated routines, these habits are accessible to nearly everyone and can be practiced consistently, making them perfect for those over 70 who want lasting results without overwhelming effort. Walking is one of the most underrated forms of exercise. It improves cardiovascular health, boosts circulation, and strengthens the muscles in the legs and core, all while being gentle on the joints. For seniors, walking daily also promotes balance and coordination, which are essential for avoiding falls. Beyond the physical benefits, walking clears the mind, reduces stress, and increases overall happiness. Even a short walk after meals can aid digestion and help regulate blood sugar levels. The key is consistency rather than distance. A slow, steady walk every day can do more for long-term health than occasional bursts of intense activity. Stretching is another habit that transforms how the body feels and functions. As we age, muscles and tendons lose elasticity, leading to stiffness, aches, and reduced range of motion. Gentle stretching in the morning or evening helps keep the body flexible, reducing tension and easing pain in areas like the hips, shoulders, and back. For someone who practices glute bridges, stretching complements the movement by preparing muscles to activate properly and recover afterward. Regular stretching also improves circulation and helps posture, making it easier to stand tall, move freely, and feel light rather than weighed down by stiffness. Balance drills are especially critical for older adults because falls are one of the leading causes of injuries in seniors. Training balance doesn't require complicated equipment. Simple exercises like standing on one leg day, heel-to-toe walking, or shifting weight from side to side can strengthen the stabilizing muscles in the legs and core. These drills train the brain and body to work together, sharpening reflexes and improving confidence in movement. Better balance means greater independence, fewer accidents, and the freedom to move without fear. Practicing balance regularly builds a sense of security that extends to every activity, from walking across a room to climbing stairs. Quality sleep ties all of these habits together. Sleep is the time when the body repairs itself, rebuilding muscles, restoring energy, and regulating hormones. Unfortunately, many older adults struggle with sleep, whether from stress, discomfort, or poor routines. Making sleep a priority by creating a calming evening ritual, avoiding heavy meals before bed, and keeping a consistent bedtime can make an enormous difference in health. Deep, Restorative sleep supports memory, strengthens the immune system, and keeps energy levels stable throughout the day. Without it, even the best exercise and diet cannot fully restore the body. When walking, stretching, balance, and sleep become part of a daily rhythm, they create a powerful synergy. Each habit supports the others, weaving together a strong safety net for both body and mind. Walking keeps the heart strong, stretching maintains mobility, balance drills protect independence, and sleep restores everything the body works on during the day. None of these habits demand perfection or high intensity, they only require consistency and intention. Practicing them daily ensures that life after 70 is not about decline, but about strength, vitality, and the confidence to enjoy every moment. A positive mindset is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining health, energy, and youthfulness after 70. While nutrition, exercise, and sleep support the body physically, the mind often determines whether those habits are practiced consistently or abandoned. Many older adults believe that age defines their limits, but this belief becomes a barrier that holds them back more than any physical challenge. Choosing to stay positive is not about ignoring difficulties, but about approaching life with resilience and determination. The way you think directly affects how your body feels, how motivated you are to move, and how willing you are to embrace change that supports your health. When the mind accepts decline as inevitable, the body follows. If you believe you are too old to exercise, eat better, or try new habits, the result is stagnation and weakness. But when you choose to view aging as an opportunity to nurture wisdom, strength, and growth, everything shifts. A positive outlook makes it easier to stay consistent with exercise, even on days when energy feels low. It encourages better food choices because you see meals not just as calories but as fuel for vitality. It creates the drive to go for a walk, stretch, or practice balanced drills, not because you have to, but because you value your independence and quality of life. Positivity also shapes how the body responds to stress. Chronic stress weakens the immune system, disrupts sleep, and accelerates aging. A hopeful, resilient mindset reduces stress by training the brain to see challenges as opportunities for growth instead of threats. Even small shifts in thinking can change how the body reacts, lowering blood pressure, calming inflammation, and supporting heart health. When combined with healthy habits, this mental resilience amplifies the benefits, making it easier to recover from setbacks, whether they are physical or emotional. Social connections play a role in maintaining a positive mindset as well. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage, support, and uplift you strengthens your determination to stay active and healthy. Positivity is contagious, and spending time with others who share your outlook creates an environment where growth is natural. Seniors who nurture friendships, join community groups, or simply spend time with family often feel a greater sense of purpose and joy, which fuels both mental and physical energy. Even small daily practices can cultivate positivity. Gratitude exercises, where you reflect on a few things you appreciate each day, shift attention away from limitations and toward abundance. Mindfulness practices, such as breathing exercises or meditation, help calm racing thoughts and increase focus on the present moment. Setting small goals and celebrating progress, no matter how minor, reinforces the belief that improvement is possible at any age. These practices build confidence and strengthen the mindset that fuels consistent action. A positive attitude does not erase challenges, but it transforms how you respond to them. Where some see setbacks, positivity sees lessons. Where some see aging as decline, positivity sees it as a stage of life filled with opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. This mindset creates a ripple effect. The body feels lighter, energy flows more freely, and the motivation to care for yourself deepens. Over time, the benefits compound, and the years ahead feel full of potential rather than limitation. Choosing positivity after 70 is not just about feeling good. It is about unlocking strength, protecting independence, and making every day more fulfilling. By deciding to see possibility instead of limitation, you give yourself the power to stay active, healthy, and youthful in both body and spirit, no matter your age.